Welcome back. In Chapter 1, we learned the framework. Now in Chapter 2, we're going to classify the risks themselves. Because before you can manage a risk, you need to know what kind of animal you're dealing with. There are 4 major categories: financial, operational, strategic, and compliance. Let's walk through each. First, financial risk. These relate to financial performance, investments, and cash flow. 5 subtypes matter here. Credit risk, the risk of default by borrowers or counterparties. If a customer doesn't pay, that's credit risk. Market risk, losses from changes in asset prices, interest rates, or currencies. A Naira devaluation or a stock market crash both fall here. Liquidity risk, your inability to convert assets to cash quickly. You might be profitable on paper but unable to pay this month's salaries. Operational risk in the financial sense: fraud, errors, system failures inside finance. And inflation risk, rising costs eating into profitability. If your input costs jump 20% and you can't raise prices, you lose. Next, operational risk in the broader sense. These come from failures in processes, systems, or people. Process risks, inadequate procedures or controls. Technology risks, system failures, cyber attacks, data breaches. This category has exploded in importance over the last decade. Human risks, key person dependency, errors, misconduct. If only one engineer knows your billing system, that's a human risk. Supply chain risks, vendor failures and delivery delays, and compliance risks, regulatory violations and legal exposure. Third category, strategic risk. These affect your long-term business objectives and competitiveness. Market risks, changing customer preferences, new competitors entering your space. Organizational risks, poor governance, leadership changes, dysfunctional culture. Innovation risks, failed new products, technological obsolescence. Reputational risks, negative media coverage, loss of public trust. And external risks, economic downturns, political changes, pandemics. COVID-19 was an external strategic risk that nobody had on their radar. Finally, compliance and regulatory risk. These come from non-compliance with laws, regulations, and standards. Regulatory changes, new laws affecting your business model. Data protection, GDPR violations, privacy law breaches, license loss, suspension or revocation of operating licenses, and contract violations, breaches of agreements with partners. So why does classification matter? Because each category demands a different response team and different controls. Financial risks usually fall to the CFO and Treasury, operational risks to the COO and IT, strategic risks to the CEO and the board, compliance risks to legal and the chief compliance officer. When you tag a risk correctly, it gets to the right desk faster. Quick exercise for you. Pause the video and try to assign 3 risks from your own organization to one of these 4 categories. Notice how some risks straddle multiple categories. A cyber attack, for instance, is operational because of the technology failure, but also financial because of the loss, and reputational because of the headlines. That's normal. Use the primary category for ownership and flag the secondary impacts in your risk register. That wraps Chapter 2. In Chapter 3, we'll tackle risk monitoring, the discipline of keeping eyes on your risks as they evolve.